Welcome to the UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship Program presentation. Please join us in welcoming K Spain, Director, Student Professional Development Programs.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is K Spain, and I am one of the program directors for the UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship. Today, I will be sharing with you information about how you can become a part of the next cohort. So for our agenda, I've already provided my welcome. We're going to talk about how you can help us to change the face of public education. I'll provide an overview of the fellowship. We will then discuss eligibility criteria as well as how you can become a top candidate. Then we'll discuss the selection process timeline, and we will watch a video from our alumni. So let's get started. So the UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship is a leadership and talent development initiative. It's aimed at building a robust pipeline of high-achieving African Americans engaged in education reform in America. And so this fellowship began in 2009, and 13 years later, we have a rich fellowship alumni community with more than 300 alums. Many of our alumni are currently working within K-12 education, but we also have alumni who support K-12 education through advocacy, activism, and by volunteering within their local communities. So we want you to be engaged in K-12 education too. So join us for this upcoming summer for cohort 14. Changing the face of public education. So we talk about this because we want you to know that the primary goal of this fellowship is to ensure that we can increase the number of Black leaders within the education space. And why is that important? Well, it's important because Black and Brown students are fast becoming the majority of students in America's schools. And we know that these Black and Brown students will benefit the most by having leaders who understand their communities and leaders who will fight for them to ensure they have an equitable and quality educational experience. We also know that K-12 education is more than just teaching. So our fellowship supports aspiring leaders and those of you who are also in careers such as teaching, school administration, educational policy and law, fundraising, research, advocacy, social work, and those are just some titles to name a few. So now we'll talk about the actual fellowship and what you will experience during the summertime. So during the summertime, the fellowship is broken into about 5 components. We have the Student Leadership Conference, the paid summer internship, which I'll speak about in the next slide, the SPDP Summer Leadership Series, a capstone, and then the closing and alumni conference. So the Student Leadership Conference, it aims to provide students with skill sets that you all will need to become successful interns as well as early career professionals. And the SPDP Summer Leadership Series is a virtual leadership series for all UNCF interns. And through this series, interns are able to enhance their career sets and also participate in skill building workshops and network with leaders within their industries. The capstone experience for fellows is an opportunity for you to develop solutions and address a specific issue that is common in K-12 education. And then we close out the summer with the Closing and Alumni Conference. And the Closing and Alumni Conference is it really is the culminated activity for the summer. And it is designed to help fellows to unpack their internship experience, prepare for the upcoming senior year, as well as it gives you an opportunity to present your capstone your capstone project, and meet and network with leaders within the K-12 field. So the paid summer internship experience. The summer internship experience operates for 10 weeks. The tentative dates for this upcoming summer are May 31st through August 2020, May 31st through August 1st. Fellows will earn a stipend of $4,500, and some fellows may be relocated to a host city for those of you who will be working in on-site internships. Additionally, UNCF will cover housing and travel. And for a lot of times, the housing options include a local college campus that is nearby to the host organization where you'll be serving at, but it might also be some type of alternative housing that is available for college students that are in the city to do an internship. So for the K-12 organizations, so we place fellows in K-12 organizations that are doing work within the field that is exciting, innovative, and also it gives you an opportunity to really get some hands-on experience. For future fellows, you should know that you will assume a full-time staff role, and you will be responsible for work projects and tasks that are mission critical to the organization that you'll be working with. Some of the focus areas that we place interns in will be organizations that do work in K-12 advocacy. You may be working in a school setting, but you could be doing something like school operations, working with the HR team, working with the marketing department, working with enrollment, as well as you could be conducting educational research around policies and laws, working in a philanthropic organization who is designed to fundraise and provide grants to K-12 organizations, or you could be working in a school governance organization, such as a charter management board. So this slide right here just shows you some of the partnerships that we've had over the years. As you can see, the K-12 Fellowship is located in several cities across the country. Something to note too about our partner organizations, we do our best to match fellows in a position that does two things. So our goal is to ensure that you are working with an organization that you can learn from and grow. We want you to be able to learn from the experience. We also want you to grow and to develop your skill sets by participating in this role. Additionally, we match partners with a fellow based on the specific job description. So partners might want a fellow who has experience with things like managing social media. And so we would look for a fellow that has that type of experience and background to put you in an internship with that organization. For example, fellows are not allowed to decide which city you want to go into, nor can you choose what partner you're going to go to, because we're going to definitely match you in a partner organization that is a good fit for your skill sets and things that you want to learn about. So what can you expect to experience as a fellow? Well, of course, we want you to know that you have to commit for the full 10 weeks of the summer experience. We want to be clear about that because this is a very rigorous experience. The summer goes by really quickly, so you have to be able to commit to the full 10 weeks. You will also have the opportunity to attend those student conferences that I mentioned earlier, SLC and a Closer and Alumni Conference. Additionally, you will be working as a full-time staff member, and that would include you working a schedule of upwards to 30 to 40 hours per week. You're going to participate in your capstone assignment, comply with all of the internship policies and procedures for your host organization, as well as participate in the SPDP Summer Leadership Series. So I'm going to turn it over to Brittany Harris, who is the other director of the K-12 Fellowship.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to the UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship presentation. So just want to tell you a little bit more about your experience with the fellowship after you completed the summer experience. So for our seniors that you will be coming in the incoming fall, you'll have the opportunity to participate in the senior year experience. And this is an initiative that offers you support in areas such as graduate school information and application assistance with your job search, and also gives you an opportunity to have a mentor to help you along the way with those job search and graduate school items. In addition to that, we also have a alumni community. This is the way you can stay connected with your cohort that you'll come in with in the summer, and also an opportunity for you to network with our 300 plus alumni. In addition to the connections and networking piece with the online community, you'll also have access to job and professional opportunities on a job board, and also some other professional development resources to help you not only in your senior year, but also as an alumni of this fellowship for the rest of your life. And I'll pass it back to you, Kashay.
Thank you, Brittany. So now we will talk about how you can be, we will talk about some of the eligibility criteria, as well as how you can become a top candidate for the fellowship. So all majors are accepted. Again, the K-12 fellowship is more than just teaching. So we are looking for students who are, regardless of their major. Additionally, we enroll students who are classified as juniors, and you must be attending an HBCU. You have to be an African American, U.S. citizen, or permanent resident. And we also look for students who have a history of leadership and community service during their college career. The last thing that helps you to be eligible is you have to submit a letter of recommendation from someone who is working at your college or university. So a question that we often get is, how do I become a top candidate for the K-12 fellowship? Well, we're looking for young professionals who are passionate about K-12 education. And this doesn't mean that you want to be a teacher. This just means that you want to make a difference in the future of public education, for young people. We are also looking for you to submit a thoughtful essay that describes why you're passionate about K-12 education and how you hope to positively impact the education sector. So this is a great time to tell us about how you want to make an impact by working within policy and ensuring that there are policies exist across America to ensure that young people, regardless of their zip code, they have access to a quality education, right? This is also the opportunity where you tell us that you want to utilize your communications degree to amplify some of the great things that are happening within your local school setting. Or you could also let us know that you have a really passion for, you have a really rich passion for teaching young people, and you want to utilize this fellowship to get more experience learning about what goes on within a school setting. Additionally, we do ask that you provide a copy of your resume, and it's important for your resume to be organized and current. So take some time to make sure that you include all of your leadership roles and everything that you've been doing on campus, those things that you're doing as far as volunteering, also your paid experiences. So by having that passion for K-12 education, I'm writing an essay that describes that passion for K-12 education and really how you want to make an impact in the sector, and presenting a organized and current resume that will put you in a position to have a top candidate status for the application. So we're going to talk a little bit about the timeline for this coming summer. So the application is available now. So you'll have a link that you can click on so that you can begin letting us know that you are interested in the fellowship. And the application is going to close on Monday, December 19th. Additionally, the fellowship has 3 rounds, right? The first round, you submit your application. After you submit your application, the second round is for semifinalists. Semifinalists will be notified in early January, and then you will have to submit a one-way video interview by February 6th. So in preparation for that video, we'll provide some practice tools for you on how to conduct and how to complete a virtual interview, as well as there will be some questions available for you to respond to. But don't worry, those questions are just designed for us to learn a little bit more about who you are, the types of roles within the K-12 space you're interested in working in. And when we say roles, are you interested in learning about advocacy, fundraising, school administration, etc.? And we also want to hear about some of the experiences you've had working in a team and leading projects throughout your college career. The third round, you'll become a finalist. And during this third round, this is where we will match you with an innovative K-12 organization. And during that time, you will meet with the organization, and it's really an opportunity for the organization to get to know you, but you should also look at this as an opportunity for you to get to know the organization. After those 3 rounds, we will confirm that you have been accepted and you have a placement within an internship by March 31st. And again, here are the program dates for summer 2023, March 31st through August 1st. So we have a video just so that you can get an opportunity to hear from some of the alumni of the fellowship.
I have been greatly impacted by UNCF. Upon completing my summer internship, I went straight into Teach for America right after graduation in Miami-Dade County. My experience in Miami has been the foundational, it's been the bedrock for everything that I've ever done afterwards. Whenever I'm leading in the work that I'm doing, whenever I'm facilitating a workshop, especially as it pertains to racial equity, I'm thinking about the students that I taught in a predominantly Black school, in a predominant historically Black part of Miami, of the city of Miami, that have been greatly impacted by racial politics and race wars. That experience that I had with UNCF, skyrocketed my career path that I took. I am probably a year into my career right now, a year and a half. So basically, when I did my internship, it really opened my eyes into education policy, urban education policy to be exact. I actually go to George Washington University now for grad school, working on urban education policy, which, I was inspired by my first internship that I ever did. So basically, UNCF definitely, inspired me to, make those moves on influencing, the youth and things like that, why I am still a young adult.
The UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship was a tremendous service to me. I was placed at New Schools Venture Fund, and there I was able to do research on diversity efforts in education. Most specifically, I looked at how things were looking on the C level. At the time that I was doing this research in 2014, conversations had started to occur about diversity, and people were diversifying teachers and diversifying entry-level nonprofit professionals. But there was still a lot of work to be done on the C level and in the executive spaces. This helped me understand that, number one, there were roles and responsibilities outside of the classroom within the education space. And two, that I was needed. as a Black man?
The UNCF K-12 Education Fellowship continues to impact and influence who I am as an educator and the work that I do. It forces me to ask myself 3 essential questions every time I start to do my work. Can I do something better? Can I do something different? And what do I need to continue doing in this work? It is a relationship that has been fostered over the past 11 years. It has put me into spaces and places that I know that I would not have been able to go into on my own, but because I have the UNCF and the Walton name attached to mine, I'm able to sit in front of audiences and I'm able to attend conferences that I wouldn't have been able to on my own, to learn information that I need for the students and the families that I serve.
Hi. So now we are open for Q&A and we'll get started. And so the first question that came through was, what are some types of roles that interns will hold in as fellows? And so some positions that they might hold, we have fellows serve as a marketing fellow, a human resources operations intern, as an education and policy fellow, as well as an internship helping to develop and support aspiring teachers. So those are just some examples of the roles that fellows would hold over the summer during their internship. The next question that I see is, do we prefer education majors even though we accept all majors? I want to be honest with you, we prefer all majors. Again, the K-12 Education Fellowship is about more than just teaching. So we know that we're going to have students who have education majors, but we also have students who have that are majoring in psychology, law, business, biology. We have students from all different majors, and we don't have a preference for education over any of the others. Thank you. So the next question that came through is, can you explain a little bit more about the Student Leadership Conference? So the Student Leadership Conference is a 3 to 4 day event that brings together all of UNCF's interns. At that time, the primary goal of the Student Leadership Conference is to ensure that our student interns are prepared for their upcoming internship. So we have workshops such as helping them to develop their business communication and business writing skills, as well as workshops to enhance their networking skills, and some workshops that may be a little bit more specific, such as understanding about what's going on in the education, current trends in education for those who will be going into the K-12 fellowship, etc. It is a great opportunity for you to network with other UNCF students who will be interns for the summer, as well as for you to really just get prepared with some skills that will help you, before you go off into your intern. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have the Student Professional Development Programs Summer Leadership Series, which is another professional development opportunity that students participate in throughout the summer. And so that is an additional level of support to ensure that students, are comfortable in situations where they might have to advocate for themselves or, manage up when working with their supervisors. So we provide opportunities such as that, the SLC and the SPDP Summer Leadership Series. Do we have any other questions? So the next question is about positions. So how do we make sure fellows get a chance to connect and build a rapport if they are working in a fully remote internship? That is a great question. The way we do that is there are plenty of opportunities. First, Even though fellows might be working fully remotely, they're going to be working at an organization where they could potentially be there with another fellow. And if that is not the case, all of our host organizations, they really, really look forward to having fellows come into their work community each summer. And so they provide opportunities for fellows to get mentorship from staff members within the organization. Fellows have opportunities to network with each other. They will be working in teams for the capstone projects. Also, there are opportunities to network through other UNCF virtue experiences, such as the Summer Leadership Series. So there will be an opportunity for you to network, even if you are in a fully remote position. I think we have time for maybe one more question. All right, our final question is this. How many fellows do we pick each year? Well, that's not necessarily a cut and dry question. So each year we have a range of upwards to 40 fellows, but we could have somewhere between 20 to 40 fellows. It really just depends. This upcoming summer, for summer 2023, we are looking to have about 30 to 40 fellows in cohort 14. Well, that looks like that's all of our questions for today. Thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Brittany Harris to learn more about the fellowship. And you can contact us by emailing k12fellow@uncf.org. Thank you so much and continue to enjoy the Early Talent Opportunity Days.